first things first, we did get a new trailer for the Fantastic Four. And so let's watch this together. It is the tickets now on sale kind of a trailer. They do this. We all kind of expected something, you know, to be debated how much of this is even new, right? There's a lot of, like, they've been showing the same kind of scenes because they don't want to really give away spoilers here. But at the same time, I think this trailer is actually pretty good. And it does have some shots that show scale. You get to see your first look at Franklin. So it's pretty cool. Let's check it out.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it
There
together.
he is.
Johnny, now!
As a family.
Today, we are your defenders. The four of us will face the danger. And we will protect you.
Is this guy good?
The Clobbering Time?
Oh, yeah.
I finally knocked it off the list.
List.
The new spacesuits.
I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself. In private.
He's good, man. He's good as Johnny. Really like it. Let's watch it through again. I'll point out some of the new stuff that we see. We've seen this shot
Family.
before. By the way, dude, I just love the music here. I think Michael Giacchino just absolutely nailed it. The theme is perfect. It's like nostalgic. It hugs you like a warm blanket. It feels really, really good. Love the lines from Sue about family.
It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face.
This is obviously new right here. So you got little baby boy Franklin. Now, this is not a newborn either. It's weird in movies, right? Because oftentimes, man, they don't really use newborns because newborns don't really do anything. They're kind of just there. So this is obviously not a newborn, but you could see a scenario in which this is a relatively newly born Franklin in the film. And it's just crazy. Like, he's just there, the little baby boy, and, you know, they're just kind of shocked and in awe of their child. As a parent myself, like, this is absolutely a relatable thing. You will sometimes just spend a long time just literally looking at your child, or like, I don't know. It's just a different thing. It's a different vibe, right? You will really appreciate these little moments. So this is, I mean, it feels absolutely real. It's absolutely intimate. But then, of course, there's this other crazy side of it because Franklin is like godlike in power. So it's so, I love this juxtaposition. I've always been fascinated by the character of Franklin Richards. And I'll be honest with you. I'll give a shout out to my buddy Rob. His Beyond Omega Level series from way back in the day, man, was one of the first things that actually showed me how powerful Franklin was. Rob had some content about Franklin. It got me really, really interested in the character because I love that, like, super overpowered, you know, kind of stuff. Very Marvel. And, you know, went in and read Hickman FF, the Fantastic Four. Read a lot of stuff with Franklin and love this character, dude. Absolutely love this character. It's so cool that he's just a child, but he's also, like, so godlike. So when Franklin's really young, he creates pocket universes. He can create entire dimensions. There's a moment where he actually ages himself up. You know how, like, kids, when we were kids, we all wanted to just grow up and be adults. So Franklin, like, is so powerful, he actually just does that, right? Like, he just does that, ages himself up. Then he realizes he's not actually ready to be a grown-up and, like, ages himself back down. So it's a fascinating character, and I'm so glad that they chose to put him somewhat at the front and center of the film. He's a very important character to this overall film. It would appear he is a very important character to Doom and Doom's plan and Doomsday and all of that. So very, very cool. Also, does seem like he will be a mutant. I know this is a big thing. because in the comics, he was originally introduced as an Omega level mutant. Years later, actually during the Krakoa era, is one of my least favorite retcons in all of comics. They retcon him similar to Wanda, actually. And basically, the explanation is he was so powerful, he has cosmic power. He literally makes an X gene in his blood to sort of belong or some shit like that. And I think it's the same thing with Wanda. They explain that Wanda isn't a true mutant in comics. Like, they retcon that. I hate these retcons, man. I just prefer him to be an Omega level mutant. And from what I understand, in the actual film, his anomalous abilities will be because of a mutation. So that will kind of be directly said there. Now, whether or not he's like a true mutant or whatever, I just hope they stick to the basics, man. Just make him a mutant. With everything you're cooking with X-Men and Avengers and then the mutant saga, I think Franklin could be like a central character to that, which would be really cool.
Sit together.
Johnny, now!
So that's new ADR, Johnny No. Interesting. I wonder if that actually belongs here in this scene.
As a family.
This shot looks incredible, man. This is new. This shot here. This one I think we had, but some of these other interiors are new. This exterior is new from outside of it. That ADR is new, but these internals are new as well. And I'm telling you, the shit looks so crispy, dude. Like, I know there was the screening last week. There was some confusion. Maybe it was an assembly cut. It didn't have all the finished effects. What we're seeing here, man, this looks crispy, dude. Like, that shot looks great, and I love the scope and the scale of it. It was one of the things I was kind of just missing from some of the other shots to me. Like, even some of the Silver Surfer shots seem almost isolated to that, whatever that is, if that's a version of Times Square or whatever. But here, you get the full cityscape. You get a big scale of the technology, the design, the architecture. More of this, please. Like, I want it to open up. I want to feel like this is lived in,
Today, we are your defenders.
Yeah, like that shot there, it's good, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of feels like a set. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm in a city there.
The four of us will face the danger. And we will protect you.
Is this guy good?
That's ADR too.
The clobbering time!
Okay, we gotta talk about this. Is it clobbering time? Okay, so this, oh man, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Okay? But I had it on pretty good authority that the Thing did not say it's clobbering time in the movie. Now, I'm gonna have to be that big old pedantic nerd about this, okay? Is it the end of the world that he wouldn't say clobbering time in the film? No. Okay, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Would I have bitched and moaned and complained and made a big stink of it? Yes, because I am that fucking guy, okay? I am that fucking guy. So look, I'm just going to be honest with you. I was ready. I was ready to be mad, okay? He technically doesn't say it himself here, but I got to be honest, I will take this. And I think this is ADR. I think this is something done more recently because, again, they've been testing this thing. They've been trying stuff out. I can't explain how I know that he doesn't say it in the movie, but like, I really know that Marvel, it wasn't just that he didn't say it. It was that some collaborators with Marvel were assuming he would say it and were potentially like, I don't know, making merch or designing things that had it's clobbering time on it. And Marvel literally had told them, like, no, he's not saying it. Don't do that. He's not saying it. And I was like, man, like that. Oh, man. Yeah, and I think, as Adam's pointing out in the chat, I believe the actor himself spoke to this as well a little bit in an interview. So, I don't know. He probably still doesn't say it. But this, like, is it clobbering time? And him saying, yeah, I'll take it. Hopefully that's not just ADR for the marketing. Like, hopefully that's actually in the movie. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to be that guy.
Oh, yeah!
It looks good, man.
I finally knocked it off the list.
List.
The new spacesuits.
I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you.
to myself.
Man, I gotta say, myself and many others, pretty, I don't know if skeptic's the right word, but we were watching the casting for the Fantastic Four. We're watching it pretty closely, and there were a lot of names rumored. If you'll recall, Marvel was just, they were trying a lot of things out. They wanted to go for bigger names, but it was really important that the chemistry was right. So there was like a 1.5 year period where we were hearing all sorts of names, all sorts of people. And when we finally settled on this cast, there were a lot of people, including myself, that were pretty, unsure of how this would go, particularly with Pedro. You know what I mean? I frankly just, I like Pedro. Like, we were just talking about this on Discord the other day. Man, Pedro, he's been in so many great things, but I particularly think if you haven't seen him in Triple Frontier, he's absolutely incredible in Triple Frontier. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, absolutely incredible in that. Pedro's the man, you know what I mean? Like, he's very talented. I just never saw him as the right pick for Reed. I mean, number one, Reed is like the smartest, nerdiest, like kind of isolated guy. And I just never really saw that with Pedro. I never saw him portray that exact archetype before. And so I was a little skeptic of that. And then, frankly, the other thing that bothered me a little bit was Pedro's this really handsome, stylish guy and the mustache, right? And everybody's like, why does the mustache bother you? Well, because Reed does not have a goddamn sense of style at all. He is a disheveled nerd that is overthinking things to the point that he's not in the present. So, you get a guy like Pedro Pascal and he's got his famous mustache on, and I'm like, that's a stylistic choice that I know the character would not make, because that's not who he is. He is not a fashionable or in-touch guy, not even maybe that aware of other people. He's almost antisocial in the way that Reed does not give a fuck what normies think about him, right? So there were some hangups for me. There were hangups when I heard about Quinn not chasing tail in the movie. I was like, oh man, that's a pretty important part of Johnny's story. It's what allows him to be redeemed in certain ways as he grows. By the way, one of the sort of dings from last week was a lack of character development, right? So it's ooh, that's a little tough. But I say all of that to say that the more you see these people just together and doing dialogue, which, the first trailer was really teaser. You don't get a ton of dialogue. And we've gotten more and more dialogue. So whether it's this trailer, the second trailer, the spots they did for the NBA, we are getting a lot of how these people are together. I got to say they're nailing it. The dynamic is working for me. It feels right. It's certainly a new version of it, but it feels so right to the family elements of this team. And I was really encouraged the other day when Matt Shackman referenced the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four, okay? And to me and to many nerds, that run was so important because it really solidified this family element. There were times in Reed's past as a character where you could say he was sort of callous and you could question how much he really cared about his family. Hickman completely deconstructs that exact thing with Reed, because what happens in the Fantastic Four Hickman run is he is confronted with a council of Reeds, a group of variants that are him and that honestly are doing shit he wants to do, meaning saving the entire multiverse. They're working together, all of their intellect. They're creating farms and barren lands. They're taking out rogue Galactuses. They're solving the problems. That's what a man like Reed wants to do. He wants to solve the problems. So he encounters a group that is him living out an ideal version of what he wants to do. But here's the problem. All of those Reeds that he encounters sacrifice their families. They all sacrifice their families. Sue, the kids, Johnny, Ben. There is no Fantastic Four. They just leave. All of those Reeds go out for cigarettes one day and never come back, right? And Reed is confronted with the choice between an idealistic version of what he wants to be and his family. And he chooses his family. And it's very fucking meaningful. And it really does recontextualize the character. I think it helps all the other runs that come after that. It's a very influential, big thing in comics. So I was really encouraged to hear Shackman, understand that and speak to that. Now, I don't necessarily think you're getting Council of Reeds in this thing, maybe in some post-credit scene stuff, maybe some teases here or there. But the family side of this is coming across. It really does feel like he's tapped into that, at least that same vibe. And with Franklin there, you obviously have family like on a sort of different level, which was also an element from Hickman's run. The kids themselves, it's a little different than like the sort of found family of the four. This is actual family for everybody too. Like the Ben and Johnny are actual uncles. This isn't like a, you know what I'm saying? Like it makes it a little bit more serious. It gives it a little bit more oomph. So I think just from a chemistry place, this cast is really nailing it. And I really want to bring that up because at the time, you know, there were a lot of us just questioning what Marvel was doing. We're like, oh, whoa, what the hell? Like, what? I thought this guy would be better. I thought this guy would be better. What about Margot Robbie? Like all these different things. We kind of have to respect that what they landed on, at least in my opinion, is really good chemistry. This is a really good group, a really good ensemble. I'm excited to see how they do in the film. I'm excited to watch them in the next two Avengers movies, and I'm excited to see where we end up with them after that. So I think that's all good. I think that's operating well. The other side of this, because of course, you know, I like to do that thing where I treat it like sports. You know, I like to try to see what the numbers are. How are we doing here? And frankly, when it comes to Marvel, when it comes to Fantastic Four, oh shit, man, we've been nervous, okay? So we talked about this a little bit, I mean, yesterday or the day before. I mean, it kind of seems like it's been the theme of the past month with Thunderbolts performing the way that it did, with Brave New World performing the way that it did, with Daredevil not being able to chart. We're like, what is going on here? You delay Secret Wars 7+ months. The thought, it really did feel, and it still kind of does feel like Fantastic Four could come in and like wildly underperform, okay? And that would be obviously unfortunate. Well, this morning, after that trailer we just broke down, after that trailer came out, tickets officially went on sale. And I'm very happy to report we have some great signs out the gate as far as how this film is doing. I think the most accurate way to say it is we're not looking at a Thunderbolt situation. I don't know that we're looking at a smash hit. I don't know that we're looking at $1 billion. I don't know that we're looking at anything crazy like that. But it really does feel like we're not looking at Thunderbolts. The reason I say that, multiple outages for different apps and websites for people trying to get the tickets. So this happened via AMC. This happened via Regal. I don't know that there were many troubles on Fandango. Fandango seems to be maybe the most, I don't know, maybe they just have the best infrastructure or whatever. But I know for sure we had multiple members of the community that live in big markets that were having a lot of trouble getting tickets. A lot of showings selling out rather quickly. And this is quite encouraging, okay? This, you know, again, we don't know for sure because it's not like numbers. We don't have numbers here. We just have like an indicator that it was on the high side. It was on the heavy side of traffic. And there was a ton of interest out there for the fans. So basically what I'm telling you is, I think yesterday I said, I'm going to owe Brandon Davis $500. Well, guess what, Brandon? Game on, motherfucker. Because it looks like it's going to be a close race. After all, let's go Fantastic Four. And you know I'm buying Warhammer with that $500 if I get it. Okay. So that is obviously a positive indicator for the Fantastic Four. I just want to say one more thing about Fantastic Four. I think this is so cool, dude. I think this is so cool. We have the largest popcorn bucket ever created. You know, they've been doing these gimmicky popcorn buckets for all the films. I love it. I'm a sucker for it, dude. You know, useless, nerdy plastic is kind of my thing. I got it all over the house. So I always get these things. This is the big boy. 20 inches wide, 17.5 inches tall. Holy. It's the big boy. The biggest popcorn bucket ever made is Galactus's big ass head. Oh my God, I love it. We went from Cloud Monster, completely misunderstood, to I get to eat my fucking popcorn out of a giant Galactus head, purple ass head with glowing blue eyes. Let's go. I'm excited. And I actually do think, believe it or not, That's a fun little marketing gimmick. I think that will make some buzz with the film. I think that'll get some people excited to go check this out. Maybe try to get that because it's limited. It will not be there the entire time, right? So I think it's cool. I think it's working. Here's the other thing. As we, because we're about to discuss Superman, we're about to discuss some DC stuff. Superman has obviously had, I think, a great marketing run in the sense of awareness. I don't know that it's selling everybody on the film, but it's certainly making a shit ton of people aware of the movie, right? And I think Superman has a lot going for it. Fantastic Four selling tickets before Superman when it comes out 2 weeks after Superman, and it's crashing apps, and it's got, like, frankly, some really cool marketing for it. I mean, it's kind of feeling like Game On, man. I don't know. Is this some white Suge Knight? Is this Kevin Feige playing a little dirty here? Because this could seriously undercut some Superman sales. They're literally like, we're up first, and we're gonna get people's money 2 weeks out from your thing first. I do find that pretty interesting, man. I do find that pretty interesting. So, good news for the Fantastic Four. Good news for the Marvel fandom. I've seen some people, and I don't know because we got to wait. I think after today, maybe as early as tomorrow, but definitely by the Nerdy News Rundown on Friday, I should have some long-range box office tracking. They will have some data on these ticket sales. They'll be like, it sold this many ticket sales, which is below this Marvel movie, but above this Marvel movie or some shit, right? So we'll break it down a little bit more. But this is a pretty strong indicator out of the gate that we are not looking at a Brave New World. We are not looking at Thunderbolts. We're looking at something much better. Fantastic Four has certainly captured more attention and interest. And if this movie does really, really well, it kind of suggests again that the Marvel fandom is just kind of lying in wait, and they're making decisions about what Marvel movies to see. And if the right things are in one of these films, huge amount of people are still going to check these movies out. I'm saying that could be what we're about to discover. We don't know for sure. This is a very shaky time for the industry, for this space in particular. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Great morning. Great first push here. If you're a Marvel fan like me and you've been like really worried about this shit, and you're like, oh my God, bruh, this is great. This is great, and this is great fucking news. Thanks for watching, and if you like this clip, smash a like on the actual video and subscribe to this channel. That way more of these clips get into your feed. I've also linked the full episode below if you want to check out the entire thing, including the Q&A we do with fans. You can also watch this show live. We do it live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And you can also find all of my content, including the videos I put on my main YouTube channel, on the podcast feed.